I think if I was to go back to me as a kid, sort of 17, 18-year-old, when I started taking it really seriously, I think I think this would be a big part of it is to make sure that I did understand it. I didn't take it too seriously at all times. I did allow myself to have a little bit of fun. And I think it also it goes into, to use Ben Hunt Davis's, it's not his own quote, but the Sydney 8, will it make the boat go faster? So you want to ask yourself at every time, everything that you're doing, will this make the boat go faster? And I think a lot of the time I was like, oh, I'm going to go out and have a beer. No, that's bad. Like, will it make, that's not going to make the boat go faster. And obviously if I did that every week, no, it wouldn't. But occasionally going out and letting the stress off is eventually going to make the boat go faster. And I think there's so many things, like we've talked about, just plain having fun, but also like bringing fun into sessions. As a coach, having sessions that are more fun, or sessions that aren't specifically based around technique or things like that, or even having fun sessions in the boat. I think all these things can improve, like you said, you can improve the squad and make you stronger than the sum of your parts. And I had an athlete once say to me, she was getting really serious and she started taking things really serious, really enjoying what she was doing in the boat. She's like, oh, like give me 8 things that I can do better for rowing. And she thought I was going to say, something, push harder on the foot plate or, work on the catch. And I was like, I can give you 8 things that have nothing to do with rowing that will increase your benefit or increase your performance, like get better sleep, eat better, stretch better, some basic stuff. But like, even going out of that, like have fun, like enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. Like don't try and focus down onto one thing too quickly. Like if you're going to get there, you'll get there. Believe me, ultimately at some point, rowing will get serious anyway. So I would say, like, don't force it to always be serious. Like you're going that way anyway. So just enjoy it while you're there. And like I said, like there are times to take it really seriously. And I'm not saying you should joke around in your pre-race chat and things like that, but just understand that it's allowed. And in some sense, almost like, I'm not the be all and end all, and everyone else will have a different opinion, and your different coach might tell you when they think it's best to have fun or joke around or not. But ultimately, like, give yourself permission to do it, because like you said, think back to why you got into rowing, why you enjoyed it, how you had fun. And as you progress through the sport, make sure you're still doing that. Make sure you're still having a look at those things, taking a look back, understanding what was good, bringing that forward. And not trying to force yourself into a place where you're not enjoying it anymore, because ultimately you can do that for a while, but eventually if you're really not enjoying it for a year or 2 years or 3 years, you're going to stop doing it.
If you take away everything else from the journey, you're not going to prolong it, you're going to shorter it, because even the bottle of water that's got the smallest amount of fizz in, you shake it long enough, understand you're a human, you're going to get rattled at some point and you need to let go. Exactly. You shake that bottle of sparkling water long enough, it's going to pop, it's going to explode. So if you think of yourself like this, you can kind of naturally give yourself permission to actually just blow off some steam. Yeah, go and have fun, have a few beers, or if that's not your thing, maybe play some pool, or maybe go and read a book, or go and hike, go to a countryside, go for a swim. Just do something different. But just because you're taking one thing seriously, that doesn't mean you have to deprive yourself of enjoying everything else. And ultimately, if you want to be an elite rower, or if you want to be successful, the journey is going to have to take some time. It's going to be prolonged. So just don't take away from it, but trying to get too good too quickly. Because sometimes progress isn't linear, and ultimately is the one who stays on the journey for the longest. Usually that's gonna make it like quite far. So think about, okay, well, is this going to improve my rowing right now in the short term? Maybe not, but is this going to help me learn how to manage my nerves, manage my stress, manage my time and the enjoyment, and ultimately make me a more successful athlete in terms of like looking at your seasons or looking at your career? The answer is probably going to be yes.